Hey, what's up guys? This update is not going to be happy because my Zoas are not happy at all. So this problems I kind of touched on last video. This problem started, I'll say maybe 2.5, 3 weeks ago. At first there's only like one colony of Zoas that's closed up. But throughout these past 2 to 3 weeks, more and more close up until you see here. I'll say 1/3 of my Zoas are closed, which is not good at all. It happened maybe a day or two before I received this huge colony of frog spawn, so I don't think it's related. But maybe the head dying off kind of helped pollute the water slightly, so I don't know. But anyways, let me just kind of give you a quick summary, so some of you Zoa expert can kind of maybe give me some ideas of what else I can look for. I bought test kits a week and a half ago. I did water tests on everything. And a week and a half ago, my ammonia is slightly high, meaning that it's one block up from 0. I think it's like 0.25, if I remember right. So it's just a little bit. Same thing with nitrate, just like one block up from 0. I think it's because I was feeding a lot of frozen food to the tank, hoping to get the new clown to feed. Oh, they eat everything right now, by the way, so no issue there at all. But anyways, so all the tests returned nice. So I tried blowing, using a turkey blaster and blow the Zoas, thinking maybe there's something there, and I upped the flow a little bit. No change. And then I pulled one colony, and I did an iodine dip. Oh, sorry, iodine dip for about 10 minutes. Pour it back out. The stuff that fell off is like microscopic, almost like a tiny, I couldn't really tell, they're so small. They're like a flat worm, maybe. But they're so small that I didn't think too much of it. They do not look like the nudibranch. I did not find any sundial snails. But I have not stayed up at night to try to see if anything's munching on the Zoas. I don't see any missing tentacles, so I'm not sure if that's it. So maybe I'll do that tonight if things are still not looking up today. So what happened this past weekend is that I actually went to my local fish store, and asked them for help for the first time in my life. I brought some water to them to help do a test. So just like my test, everything comes out good except for my salinity. It was at 0.20 versus it should have been at 0.24, 0.26 based on what my hydrometer tells me. So something's out of whack in mine. So 2 days ago, after they did my water test, I bought a hydrometer there, and I came back, and in just one night, I raised it from 0.20 to 0.26, and that pissed a lot of things off. It was not good. I was rushing it because I was just trying to find a quick fix. So I did that, and then my pH was at 7.8 or 8.0. So they recommend me kind of buffing it up a little bit. So I bought like a pH buffer as well. So I dosed that along with I kind of dosed that along with the adding like saltier water to raise the salinity. So salinity now is about 0.26, and the pH level is 8.2, and things were pissed off yesterday. And I was freaking out because my frog spawn is closing up. My xenia shrunk. They're finally coming back, by the way. So I took another Ziploc bag of water, ran back to the local fish store, and had them do another check to make sure there's nothing else out of whack. I was afraid that I overshot and things are just going downhill. Well, thankfully everything is good. Salinity is up to 0.26 now, and the pH is sitting pretty at 8.2. So water chemistry wise, at least from what we tested, seems okay. But the Zoas are still angry. So I went on different forums, looked up a lot of different threads. Seems like quite a few people have issues like this, and the threads always just kind of trail off, leaving no explanation and no solution at all. Some people did chime in saying that, oh, after I dipped my Zoa colony and then everything just started opening up again, or like they say, like, okay, they were getting light burn, so they raised the light a little bit and everything opens up again. Or some of them was like, oh, I turned up the current and then that kind of helped. But the original poster never came back. Always. They all just kind of trailed off. So maybe they got so frustrated they left the hobby. But But yeah, so I try different. Oh, I also bought this. I started like, I know maybe I'm trying too many things at the same time, but I'm hoping something works since I don't want to lose these colonies. So I have phosphate right there that's actually left over from my old tank. It kind of absorbed the phosphate in case there's too much phosphate in the water. I started putting some carbon in case there's some kind of chemical, maybe like my sunblock or like my mosquito repellent. I'm pretty good about washing my hands before sticking my hands in the tank, but who knows, right? And then the guy at the fish store recommended, I think it's called, I forgot what it's called, Pure Clean or something like that. It sounds kind of like carbon. It kind of absorbs all the excess nutrients and decrease the ammonia, nitrate, and he claims that it can kind of absorb some of the bad chemical as well. So we'll see. It doesn't hurt to throw it in, right? And just in case something in the water is actually physically hitting the zoas, I got a filter sock to capture any of the larger particle. So even if these do not work for the zoas, I think all the other corals will be happy. They'll be living in a much better environment. All right, so let's come back up here. So water chemistry seems to be in line. Salinity seems to be good. I try a lower intensity light. I used to run about, well actually when everything's open and happy, it's about at 55% intensity. Now I'm running it at 45 if I remember right. For a couple of days I experimented with like lowering it to 30 or 35, and thing just keeps closing. More and more things keep closing. So now I just kind of set it at 45. It's not, hopefully it's not too strong and not so dim that the zoas don't know it's daytime, they're not coming out. And I try to move it out a little bit because before you see how all the zoas are kind of leaning inwards towards the back of the tank because the light was kind of like sitting back there, so they're not really getting direct sunlight. So I kind of pull it out a little bit, figure this is something nice to do anyways, regardless of whether it's still a problem or not. And this colony actually started peeking out a little bit since I started recording this video, so maybe that's a good sign, I don't know. Same thing with that guy right there. It's opening up slightly. So yeah, right now, these past 2 weeks, so 2.5 weeks, I have been struggling with this issue, and it is really frustrating. I mean, I tried everything I can. I mean, if money can solve a problem, I'll just throw money at it. Well, of course you can say you can always set up another tank, but man, I can't. These are just, I don't know. It just took some effort to round all these guys up, and I really like them. So I would like to save them if possible. Casualties. The initial colony that kind of started closing up is the blue-eyed girls. As you can see, they kind of just melted away already. And that's also the colony that I dipped, so I hope that is not because of me dipping them in diluted iodine. But regardless, those are gone. But all the other stuff still look healthy, versus that one just kind of looked crusty and brown to begin with when they closed for a little bit. So these, I'm still holding out for hopes. So yeah, so this round what I did is I moved the light out. I turned the flow up a little bit more in case there's any algae growing on the zoas. And I added all the filter medias, hoping to pull anything out that may be bad in the water. And I'm gonna let it sit for maybe 2 or 3 days to see if anything happens and if there's any trends, whether it's going uphill or downhill. If it still does not help, I'm going to try doing more water changes, and honestly I'm kind of out of ideas. Some people say putting vitamin C into the tank water helps and encourages zoas to open. I remember one of the fellow reefers telling me that he was having a similar issue. I didn't pay too much attention at the time because my zoas were pretty happy, but I may look more into it if these tweaks did not fix my current issue. So we'll see. So this is the first major roadblock for this new tank. So I guess this is where it's not getting fun and more frustrating. Yeah, I'll keep you guys posted. Living up to the Inappropriate Reefer's name, right? And of course, if you guys have any ideas, any things that I should look into, please let me know in the comments. I would be glad to try them. Yeah, it's just strange. Certain colony, especially these guys up top, they're perfectly fine, but all these other colonies, they're just not happy. It's just weird. All right, well, I got to go get some work done, so I will talk to you guys later.